What? Okay. So we're going to warm up, then the parents, and then... Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Carterville High School on a Friday night as the Lions are preparing to take on the Quoin Indians in river-to-river conference action here tonight. If you'll flash back with me back to February 9th, the first conference game of the year. Carterville is, of course, coming off the win at Trico to start the season. And then they beat Heron on the road at Heron. And then it was a Tuesday night game at Quoin, when the Quoin Indians knocked off the Carterville Lions 61-46. And truthfully, probably the worst game that the Lions had played all year was that night against Quoin. But they have a chance to avenge that loss in conference action. And 3 words about tonight's game that will be very important as we go through the game this evening, and that is make Monday matter. And on Monday night, the Lions will travel to Nashville to face the Hornets. And if they win tonight, then they're in conference contention. If they lose tonight, that is hurt considerably. And Carterville still has to play Nashville twice before the end of the year. I'm flying solo tonight. My partner Scott Hudson on assignment or something like that. But he won't be joining us tonight. But we'll have all the action here for the Carterville Lions as they prepare to take on the Quoin Indians. It's senior night here at Carterville. And the thinking behind this, normally, under a normal year, senior night, of course, is the final home game of the season, but there's some precautions and some well thought out procedures taking place with the Lions right now, with schools that are around Southern Illinois that are still dealing with COVID, and it's just a weird year. We're in that window that if there were a positive COVID with the Lions team, which there is not, but if there were, our season would probably be done. And so they wanted to make sure that the parents of these seniors are honored and have an opportunity to walk out on the floor, and that is going to be here tonight. For the seniors players, their final game of the season, as of right now, scheduled for a week from Tuesday when they host the Sparta Bulldogs here at Carterville High School. Carterville coming off that loss at Pinckneyville on on Tuesday night, as the Panthers knocked off the Lions 53-46 in overtime. Pushed Carterville's conference record to 3-2, and when you look at the conference standings as of right now, the Nashville Hornets are a perfect 5-0. Pinckneyville is 4-2. The Lions are 3-2, but again, remember, the Lions have yet to play Nashville in conference play. Tonight, of course, it's Quoin here with Carterville, and Nashville is Anna Jonesboro is at Nashville to face the Hornets. Tomorrow night, it will be Sparta taking on Quoin. We're going to go on and take a break. I had a chance to talk with head coach Shane Hawkins just a little bit ago, and when we return, we'll have that conversation with the coach. It's coming up. It's senior night for the Carterville Lions here on NewsRadio WJPF. Good evening, everybody online. Hope you're doing well, having a great night. And always like to remind you that what you're hearing on the live stream is just the raw audio feed here at the school. I know you probably would like to hear the coach, his interview, but that's airing over the radio. And unfortunately, we can't tie that in on our broadcast. But we're glad to have you. Hope you're having a great night and look forward to a good game here for the Lions. If you do want to listen to that coach interview, you can go online and listen at WJPF.com. Or if you're local, you can listen on 99.5 FM. Oh, yeah. Brian, you can go to commercial after this. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, 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 check. Check, check, 1, 2. There we go. Back at Carterville High School, it's Dave McKenzie. Glad to have you hanging out with me this evening as the Carterville Lions are preparing to take on the Quoin Indians here in River-to-River Conference play. Both teams are going through their final warm-ups and starting to leave the floor. And here in just a couple of minutes, going to have our senior night activities for the parents as they are going to be on the floor meeting the seniors. There's 6 seniors on this Carterville Lions squad that are all being recognized here tonight. We'll do our senior night recognition on the final game of the year. That's going to be the home game here at Sparta. Have one score from around Southern Illinois to give you so far at the half. Mount Vernon leads Carbondale 31-14. That's the only game score that we have so far. Other River-to-River Conference games tonight, only one on the schedule, and that is the Wildcats at Nashville. Of course, Carterville will be at Nashville on Monday night. We'll be at Anna Jonesboro coming up on Tuesday. So senior night activities here with the Carterville Lions. And Ed Smith on the PA here for the Carterville Lions. Scotty Hudson on assignment tonight, and hope they're listening tonight, which I'm sure he probably is somewhere. Carterville coming off that loss at Pinckneyville in overtime on Tuesday night, 53-46. And in that game, at the end of the regulation, it was Bryce Anderson that had a three-quarter length shot that hit off the front of the rim, and had it gone in, the Lions would have won that game. He's being recognized right now with his parents on the floor. Coming up next, it's the senior, the 6'4" senior, Eli Downing. Eli comes into tonight's game unofficially with 908 points, so if he averages 13 points a game for the rest of the season, he could clip the 1,000-point mark in his high school career. Ben Hake being recognized now with his mom and dad. Jake Hixson, the 6'5" senior, coming out now. Of course, the seniors, Gail Bouchard Johnson is basically the photographer for Carterville Sports, and she always puts together a nice poster with all the different pictures she's taken with them over the years. Now Max Poole being recognized with his folks. And finally, it is Taylor Seamer, the 6'3" senior, with his folks. And 6 seniors, they've been fun to watch over the course of the last 4 years on the hardwood. We'll get to see some of these guys coming up here in just, about 3 weeks when we fire up football season, and you see Gail over on the far sideline that is getting their pictures here tonight. But we're just moments away from the tip-off here as the Lions prepare to take on the Quoin Indians. And Carterville's catching Quoin at a really good time tonight, because if you will flash back to the game with Quoin on the road back on February 9th, it was a 61-46 win for Quoin. Carterville did not play well, but one of the big men for Quoin, big 6'8" junior Maurice Washington, who was just a load in the paint, rebounded, just really dominated in the inside game for Coach Jason James. He is not dressed tonight. He is out with a foot injury, and he will not play, and so that's a big part of that Quoin Indian offense that is not going to be taking part in tonight's game. The parents have walked off the floor. Coach, our athletic director, head football coach, and floor mopper for the Carterville Lions out there going over the floor one more time. And we're going to have about a 3-minute break here as the Lions, as they get another chance to warm up for 3 more minutes. We'll go on and take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue. It is the First Mid-Bank pregame show as the Lions prepare to take on the Quoin Indians here on News Radio WJPF. Yes, sir. And then we'll do 90 for the anthem. Check, check. Back at Carterville High School, the Lions are home tonight for conference action as they get prepared to take on the Quoin Indians. Carterville comes into this game 6-2 overall on the season, 3-2 in conference. The Quoin Indians and Coach Jason James are 2-5 overall, 2-3 in the conference. Those 2 wins for the Indians came in that Carterville game, 61-46, and then they also beat Anna Jonesboro back on February 19th, 57-39. The losses that they have were to Pinckneyville, 58-32, Harrisburg, 61-44, and Nashville, 65-39. As we mentioned, just one other conference game this evening on the slate, Anna Jonesboro at Nashville, and we'll try to keep you up to date on that score as well. Both teams are going through a 3-minute final warm-up. The Lions running some layup drills here as they get set to take on Jason James and the Quoin Indians this evening. And don't forget, no game tomorrow night. Saturday night off, but next week 4 games. We'll be playing Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. And then we'll wrap up the season the following week on Monday against Massac County here at home, and the Sparta Bulldogs a week from Tuesday right here at home. We're going to go on and take our final break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off as the Lions host the Quoin Indians. This is Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. A little bit different here at the game tonight, especially here at home for the Carterville Lions as the high school pep band is here, and nice rendition of the national anthem, and this may be their first performance as a group. I don't know. I'd have to double check on that with the in-school learning, but they did well tonight as we are getting you set. We could see a lineup change for the Carterville Lions and definitely a lineup change for Coach Jason James and the Quoin Indians, going with Jaden Smith, the 5'10 junior. Also, the 5'11 junior, Trajan Smith. They'll go with 6'3 senior Wade Roberson, the 5'9 senior Ethan Morris, and the 6 foot sophomore Xavier Baxter. Again, as we mentioned, Maurice Washington not even dressed tonight as he's dealing with a foot injury. So for Jason James, it'll be Jaden Smith, Trajan Smith, Roberson, Morris, and Baxter, the starting five. For the Carterville Lions, Coach Shane Hawkins may have a different starting lineup tonight. I know 4 of the starters will be the 5'8 senior Bryce Anderson, the 5'6 sophomore Peyton Biddle, the 5'10 sophomore Caden Hawkins, the 6'4 senior Eli Downing, and Ben Hake actually will get the start tonight. The 6'3 senior for Coach Shane Hawkins. So it'll be Anderson, Biddle, Hawkins, Hake, and Eli Downing getting the start. Glad to have you. Thank you for tuning in and supporting Carterville Lions Sports. And let's kick back and watch us a basketball game and listen to a basketball game here on News Radio WJPF. Quoin gets the ball to start things off there in their road reds with the black lettering. Carterville in their home whites. Quoin moving from right to left on the dial with the basketball. Trajan Smith, he fires from the top of the key. That was short, and a rebound to Ben Hake for the Lions. Caden Hawkins brings it across the timeline, gets it to Mr. Hake. Now Eli Downing, top of the circle. To Caden Hawkins, about 15, too strong. Rebound on the floor, and Bryce Anderson tried tying it up. Carterville comes away with it. That's Hawkins. Now Anderson's open for 3 on the right wing, buries it. That's how the Carterville Lions start. Bryce Anderson with the tray. 3-0. Carterville scoring on their first possession. Good ball movement by the Lions, set up by Caden Hawkins, and Bryce Anderson finishes it off. Indians have the ball over on the left wing. Open 3 from Jaden Smith. No good. Eli Downing gets the board for the Lions. Carterville brings it across the key or the center line. They work it over to the left side. Caden Hawkins, skip pass right side. Peyton Biddle's there. Gets it to Downing. He's going to fire from 3. Buries it from the right corner. Eli Downing. Carterville back-to-back trays. And they're up 6-0 here with 6:40 remaining in the first quarter. With the basketball, that is Trajan Smith. They work it to the left side to Jaden Smith. Top of the circle to Ethan Morris. Down into the paint. The ball's tipped away and winds up in Jaden Smith's hands. Now to Trajan inside the free throw line. They kick it up top. Ethan Morris thought about shooting. Quoin resets. Good D by the Lions. Coach Shane Hawkins likes what he sees. Quoin resets. 6:05 on the clock. Carterville up 6-0. Driving down into the paint. Got stopped defensively by Caden Hawkins. Now it's Ethan Morris. Loses the handle. Gets it back now to Trajan Smith. Puts the shot up and good for the Indians. 6-2 the score. Carterville the 4-point lead. Down in little 8-foot jumper off the front of the iron, and the rebound to Roberson for the Indians. Outlet pass to Morris. They get it to Xavier Baxter. He drives and he was pushed. And so Xavier Baxter, the 6-foot sophomore, will go to the line. Actually, he won't go to the line. They'll say it was before the shot. Foul is on Eli Downing, his first team foul now on the Carterville Lions. Round toward the right side. Roberson gets it to Morris. Morris head fake. Now to Jaden Smith. Back to Morris, now to Xavier Baxter. Baxter just fires from about 15, no good. Rebound by Bryce Anderson. Brings it into the front court. That's Caden Hawkins on the right wing. To Downing, the senior, dumps it down low. Ben Hake's there. Nice move. Puts it up, gets the bucket, and gets the foul. Ben Hake now will go to the line and shoot the and one. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by SIH, where they offer rehabilitation for acute inpatient and outpatient care. Find out more online. Visit SIH.net. Foul is on Ethan Morris. That's going to be the first on Morris. First team foul on the Indians, and Hake converts the three-point play. And Carterville, the 5-point lead, 8-3 with 5:08 remaining here in the opening quarter. Jaden Smith has Bryce Anderson, who picks him up in the backcourt. Still needs to get it in the front court, gets it to his brother, Trajan. Now to Baxter, nice pass to Roberson, but he misses the layup. Trajan Smith is there, and he gets his shot blocked, and they're going to call Ben Hake on the foul as he apparently got Trajan Smith on the wrist. That's going to be the second team foul, and the first foul on Ben Hake, the 6'3 senior. Coach Shane Hawkins, I believe, wants a timeout. It comes at the 4:51 mark. Carterville has a 7-point lead. They're up 9-2. It's Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. Um, 30 will be good. Tonight's broadcast, it's brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale with 5 area locations to serve your banking needs. Branch and ATM locator online. You can visit tboc.com. The Bank of Carbondale, they're proud to support high school athletes and the Carterville Lions. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Coach Shane Hawkins asked for the timeout as he wants to talk to his team, and they're still in the huddle. DuQuoin broke early from Coach Jason James as they wait at the free throw line. It's going to be Trajan Smith, the 5'11 junior, at the stripe. In that first matchup back on February 9th, it was Trajan Smith. He had 4 points in the game. His brother, Wade Roberson rather led all the scores for DuQuoin with 15. And Maurice Washington had 12, but of course Washington not playing tonight. The free throw from Trajan Smith is no good. 9-2 the score with 4:51 remaining here in the opening quarter. Second from Smith is short. Downing gets the rebound. So Carterville a chance to extend the 7-point lead. Bryce Anderson across the logo at midcourt. At the elbow, that's Downing. Kick out to Max Poole into the game for the first time, and the ball hit the top of the backboard, and that automatically gives the ball to DuQuoin on the end line just below us here at Carterville High School. It's going to be a busy week. 9 days, actually, for the Carterville Lions as they're going to play 7 games in 9 days. Starting here tonight. Lions up 9-2, 4.5 remaining. Pass down low to Roberson. Loses the handle, gets it back to Jaden Smith. His shot in and out, no good. Downing gets the board again. Bryce Anderson brings it across midcourt to Peyton Biddle. Right-hand dribble by Biddle to Downing, just off the key. Loses the handle, but it winds up with Bryce Anderson. Cade Lustenberger in, puts it up off the glass. Cade Lustenberger, what a move. He had a nice game in the JV. The freshman team from Carterville beat DuQuoin 50-49. JV got a 64-62 win. A game-winning bucket from John Stroud gave the Lions the JV win. And here, Carterville leads it 11-2, a 9-point lead. So Jake Hixson, the senior, comes in to replace Eli Downing. It's going to be Caden Hawkins back in the lineup to replace Peyton Biddle. DuQuoin will have the ball on the far sideline. Coming in for Coach Jason James, Jake Prather, the 6'3 senior. He replaces Xavier Baxter. Ball tossed into the backcourt. Jaden Smith has it. To Prather, now to the left wing. Now they get it to Ethan Morris. Bounce pass into the paint. They work around the perimeter. Jaden Smith, the head fake to Roberson. Now to Ethan Morris toward the left side. Drives it to the free throw line, has the ball stripped away, but it winds up in the hands of Jaden Smith. He puts up the shot and gets fouled. And Jaden Smith, the 5'10 junior, they're going to say the foul was before the shot, so the Indians will have it on the end line. Cade Lustenberger picks up the foul, the third team foul on the Lions. Inbound pass to Roberson, loses the handle. Turnover on the Indians. Carterville brings it in the front court. Cade Lustenberger throws it away. He was looking for Bryce Anderson, who was coming toward the corner and stopped. And Lustenberger was anticipating that he was going to continue on down toward the far corner. It's 11-2 the score. Carterville on top. In the front court, Ethan Morris fires from three. Air ball goes out of bounds. We'll give it back to the Lions. Of course, last Saturday on Sports Voice on 103.5 ESPN and on WJPF, the Carterville Lions, after that big win over Pinckneyville, selected the Southern Illinois High School Basketball Team of the Week. They got their plaque and their T-shirts this week. Jake Hixson has his shot blocked, and the big 6'5 senior will go to the line to shoot free throws. But congratulations to the Lions, who knocked off Pinckneyville last Friday night and Centralia on Saturdays. Hixson hits the free throw. 12-2, 10-point lead for the Lions. 2:48 remaining here in the opening quarter. Jake Hixson, his second free throw off the back of the iron. Rebound controlled by Roberson for DuQuoin. Outlet pass to Morris. They get it to Trajan Smith. Pulls up the dribble, gets it to Roberson. Ball's on the floor. Another turnover on the Indians. Unofficially the second turnover. Behind the back pass from Caden Hawkins to Jake Hixson, but he can't convert. Too strong. Oh, what a beautiful pass. Just couldn't get it to fall, and the Indians have it the other way. Roberson now to Jaden Smith. Back to Roberson on the left wing. Looks inside, dribbles once, dribbles twice, cross court to Jaden Smith. Into the paint, pulls up the dribble. Roberson's open for three. That's off the mark. Rebound by Cade Lustenberger for the Lions. He's going to dribble it out. Runs it to the corner, now gets it to Cade Hawkins. Open for three from the left corner is good for Max Poole. Carterville's got three three-pointers, and we have a timeout on the floor with 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The Lions lead it 15-2. This is Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 60. Boom, boom. Which game is that? Oh, okay. One other score to update from around Southern Illinois. It's at Mount Vernon-Carbondale game. At the end of three, Mount Vernon leads Carbondale 41-20. Indians have the ball here. Open three from the right wing is off the rim, no good. Caden Hawkins get the board, and a pushing foul is going to be called on Wade Roberson of DuQuoin. That's going to be the first. SIU hanging tough against Loyola. They're up 2 at the last report I had, 14-12. Dogs had a big lead early. Loyola digging back in. Cade Roberson is going to come into the game for the Lions, as he's going to replace Jake Hixson, who checks out. Players on the sideline, socially distanced, get up and welcome Hixson back toward the bench. Must have had a technical because Cade Lustenberger is at the line shooting the free throw. Wade Roberson actually picked up the technical, and Cade can't hit either of the free throws, but Carterville will have the ball to start or after the technical. So 15-2, a 13-point lead, a chance for the Lions to extend it. Caden Hawkins over to Max Poole, winds up to Peyton Biddle, launches from three. Peyton Biddle, he's got a tray. That's the fourth three-pointer now in the game for the Lions, and a big 16-point lead with 1:20 remaining here in the first. Jaden Smith gets it to Xavier Baxter. Thought about shooting the three, gets it back to Smith. Smith drives toward the block, puts it up short. His brother Trajan is there. Ball on the floor. He can't pick it up clean. Carterville jumps on it, ties it up, and the jump ball and the possession arrow pointing toward the Lions. Fourth turnover unofficially on Quoin. I'm yet to show Carterville with a turnover here. 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. 18-2. Caden Hawkins around the top of the key. Now to Peyton Biddle, open for free. The left corner, buries it again. Peyton Biddle, back-to-back trays. He's got 6. 21-2 Carterville as the clock ticks under 40 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Indians ball. Prather now to Smith. That's Jaden Smith. Back to Prather from the right wing. Hits off the front of the iron. Rebound, Carterville. Outlet pass to Caden Hawkins. He's going to slow it down as the clock ticks under 30 seconds. 23 to be exact. Takes it to the elbow. Dumps it over to the corner. Max Poole. 3 for Max Poole. Wow. All night, Scott Hudson's not here to track shooting percentage. It's got to be 80% for the Lions. And they have a huge 22-point lead here in the opening quarter as a foul is called on Carterville. It's going to be on Peyton Biddle. It's going to be the first, the fourth team foul on the Lions. 10.2 seconds, Indian basketball. Ethan Morris over to Jaden Smith on the right wing. Dribbles toward the low block. His floater's blocked by Eli Downing. Caden Hawkins with 1 second. Can't get the shot off. And that's how we're going to end the first quarter. Wow, what a quarter. 24-2. The Lions a 22-point lead. Stay tuned. Second quarter action is next right here on News Radio WJPF. I know. Back at Carterville High School, 24-2. The Carterville Lions, the 22-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Indians have the ball to start play here in the second. They find Xavier Baxter. He was open for a moment, but the pass was knocked down by Eli Downing. And Carterville has forced the fifth turnover on the Indians. Peyton Biddle on the right wing has Ethan Morris on him defensively. Over to the left wing, Bryce Anderson. Anderson, who the senior, gets it to Caden Hawkins. He fires from three, no good. It rims out. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it was off of Ethan Baxter from Quoin. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members, a better life for all. Inbound pass to Downing was tipped away by the Indians. Baxter takes and puts it, shot up, and the rebound put back. Jaden Smith. The Smith brothers have all 4 of the Indians' points as they score their second field goal here at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. Shot from Anderson's no good. Baxter gets it. Xavier Baxter. Outlet pass Ethan Morris. Down to Trajan Smith. Throws it up with the hole, and Eli Downing bumped him hard with the shoulders. He was trying to take it to the rack. Doesn't get it to fall, but Trajan Smith, the 5'11 junior, will go to the stripe and shoot 2 free throws. That was Downing's second foul. The 5th team foul on the Lions here at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. Trajan gets the free throw to fall. He's got 3 points. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report. Eli Downing, the senior, checks out. For Coach Shane Hawkins, gets the fist bump as he comes to the sideline. Trajan Smith, his second free throw is good. 4th point for Smith, Trajan Smith. And it's 24-6 Lions. Behind the back dribble, Caden Hawkins dumps it over to Bryce Anderson, takes it in front of the arc, puts it up from about 12. Bryce Anderson buries the field goal for the Lions. He's got 5. Carterville's up 20, 26-6. Xavier Baxter bumps into his man, and a bump foul is going to be called on Carterville's Taylor Seamer, who's into the game for Coach Shane Hawkins. 6th team foul now on the Lions. They get it to Xavier Baxter. Dribbles with the left hand to about 12 feet. Banks a move. Banks it off the glass. No good. Rebound, Ben Hake. To Bryce Anderson. Crossover dribble, top of the circle. To Hake. He leaves it for Peyton Biddle. Takes it into the paint. Tried to dump it down low to Seamer. Turnover on the Indians. And they take it, on the Lions. The Indians take it the other way. And Jaden Smith gets the field goal on the layup. And it's 26-8, Carterville. Bryce Anderson to Peyton Biddle. He's open for 3, man. He is feeling it tonight. That is the 3rd tray for Peyton Biddle. He's got 9 to lead all scorers. And Carterville's up 29-8. Such a sweet stroke from Peyton Biddle tonight. He's feeling it. Xavier Baxter gets the ball. Now to Trajan Smith. Now to Jay Smith. We'll call him J and T. That's Jay Smith over to Jay Smith. They work it around the perimeter. Jaden to Trajan. 1 dribble. They keep the ball outside the arc. Carterville matched up man-to-man, and it's tight pressure, but the jumper from the free throw line from Trajan is no good. Bryce Anderson gets the board for the Lions. Makes a move behind the back, pulls up the dribble. 5:14 remaining. Carterville up 29-8. Peyton Biddle now. Dribbles toward the left wing, gets it back to Bryce Anderson toward the right side, down toward the right corner. That's Ben Hake. Bumps into his man. Biddle's open for 3. Yes! Peyton Biddle! That is his 4th tray in the game. Wow! This is fun to watch. 32-8. Carterville the big lead, and a charging foul is called on Trajan Smith as he bumped in to Peyton Biddle, who hit the floor. And that's going to be the 4th team foul now on the Lions. And we have a timeout on the floor. And this is going to be a mask timeout, media timeout as it were, whatever you want to call it. But it comes at the 4:48 mark. And Carterville up 32-8. This is Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 60. They do tonight. Hey, everybody online, thank you for watching. How about them Lions? Carterville Lions lead the Quoin Indians 32-8. One other score to update with 4:55 left in regulation. Massac County leads Murfreesboro 41-36. Carterville will be taking on Massac here at home 1 week from Monday. That was a game that was scheduled earlier in the year but had to be moved. So they'll take on Massac County Patriots a week from Monday. Carterville with a huge 32-8 lead. Bryce Anderson from just inside the arc buries it from about 18, and Bryce has 7 in the game. Carterville is rolling tonight. Scott Hudson would go through about 4 pencils, writing down everything here this evening. 4:15 on the clock. We'll have our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report coming up. DuQuoin keeps it outside the three-point line. They work around the perimeter, trying to get that open man, and Trayshawn Smith hits from about 12 from the left baseline. Trayshawn has 6 points, 6 of the 10 for the Indians. Anderson has the ball. Nice give and go to Eli Downing on the low block. Gets it to roll, Eli Downing. 5 for Downing, averaging 13 and .75 points per game for the Lions this season. Came into the game about 92 points shy of 1,000. If he averages 13, he'll hit 1,000 before the season ends as Ethan Morris pops for 3 for the Indians. That's their first tray of the game, and the Lions turn it over the other way. Ball is out of bounds. Oh, it's saved. They're going to say it was out of bounds. Carterville turned it over. Then the Indians turned it over on the other end, and it's going to belong back to Carterville. Jake Hixson is going to replace Eli Downing. Cade Lustenberger will replace Ben Hake. So on the floor, it is Max Poole, Cade Lustenberger, Caden Hawkins, Jake Hixson, and Bryce Anderson. Just over 3 to play here in the half. Steve McKenzie. Caden Hawkins takes it down on the block, moves around. He's able to get it to fall as it goes around the world on the rim. Caden Hawkins' first field goal, 38-13. 25-point lead for the Lions. Skip pass to the right wing for the Indians. Long 3 off the iron, no good. Lustenberger gets the board for Carterville. Bryce Anderson to Cade. Now they get it to Max Poole. Drives inside the arc, puts it up from 12, no good. Rebound tipped around. The Indians get it, and they control. Jaden Smith, crossover dribble at midcourt. Now Trayshawn launches from 3 from the top of the key. That's 9 for Trayshawn, and it's 38-16. Just over 2 to play here in the half. Bryce Anderson, between the leg dribble, top of the circle, left side to Caden Hawkins. 1 dribble into the paint, kicks the pass out, and they're going to call a foul on the Indians. Trayshawn Smith just picked up his 2nd foul as Caden Hawkins drove the lane, ran into Trayshawn. Bryce Anderson checks out. Peyton Biddle comes in for Coach Shane Hawkins. 16 fouls apiece now, with 2 minutes remaining in the half. Inbound pass, Peyton Biddle launches from 3, his first miss of the night, but there for the rebound and putback is no good by Max Poole. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the DuQuoin Indians. Carterville 6-2 overall. They are 3-2 in conference. In 3rd place, Pinckneyville 4-2 going into play tonight, and Nashville a perfect 5-0, but Carterville is yet to face Nashville. They'll meet them on Monday night. And as you heard Coach Shane Hawkins say in the pregame report, make Monday matter. Take care of business tonight against the Indians. And so far, so good for Coach and this Lions squad. They're up 38-16. Smith takes it into the paint, kicks it over the right side. Open 3, short. Jake Hixson gets the board for the Lions. Kick out pass to Hawkins. Now to Peyton Biddle. He gets it over. Wide open 3. Max Poole off the iron. No good. Biddle gets the board. Now to Hawkins. Now to Lustenberger. Now to Poole. Down low to Hixson. Left-hand layup is good by Jake Hixson. 3 in the game for Jake. Carterville's up 40-16. Roberson fires from 15, buries it from the right wing. His first field goal, and in the first game between these two teams, he had 15 to lead all scorers. So under a minute to play, 52 seconds on the clock, 40-18, Carterville, the big lead. Lustenberger at the elbow, gets it to Poole. Now they work it back around to Peyton Biddle. He backs it up. Carterville wants to run some clock. Shane Hawkins calls the play from the sideline to our left. They'll set up the offense. Caden Hawkins to the free throw line, puts it up. Layup runner is good from Caden Hawkins. And almost got the inbound pass from the Indians. 24 seconds on the clock. Carterville forces another turnover. That's the eighth turnover. Down low, Peyton Biddle, the layup the other way. Peyton Biddle, 14 first half points, 10 seconds on the clock. Long three from Jaden Smith, no good. Rebound, Roberson, right back to Trajan Smith. Now, with 1 second on the clock, the shot is no good. What a first half for the Carterville Lions. They lead this game 44-18. Stay with us. Our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report coming up next. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Okay. We're at the half here at Carterville for the Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report. Carterville, what a first half. I'm not keeping shooting stats. Can't keep all those. Scotty usually does that for me, but with him being out tonight, I can just tell you, Carterville's probably shooting somewhere around 70% for the game at first quarter. I'm sure it was around 80%. But they have a 44-18 lead here at the half over the Quoin Indians. And just take you back to that first matchup. It was the first conference game of the year. Truthfully, the Lions did not play well that night, and Quoin played extremely well as they got the 61-46 win. And it was after that game. It was the game after Quoin when Carterville took on Anna Jonesboro that they went on a 4-game winning streak before losing to Pinckneyville. And in that winning streak, knocking off the Pinckneyville Panthers, and then last Saturday beating Centralia. But here tonight, everything's fallen for the Lions as they have a 44-18 lead. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Charlie's, they can handle any heating or cooling system issue you may be experiencing. No job is too big or too small. Call 985-2502. It's senior night for the Carterville Lions and Coach Shane Hawkins. 6 seniors on this team. Bryce Anderson, Ben Hake. Also, you have Max Poole, Eli Downing, Taylor Seamer, and Jake Hixson, all celebrating senior night with their folks here tonight. Our senior night celebration will take place the final game of the year when the Lions host Sparta. Looking at that schedule once again for Carterville coming up, 4 games next week. For the Lions, 2 at home, 3 on the road, 1 at home. Monday night, Carterville will face the first place conference Nashville Hornets. That game is slated for 7:45 on the road at Nashville. Tuesday, we'll travel down to the Anna Jones Bowl to face AJ for the second time this year. That's Tuesday night. Friday night, Nashville returns to Carterville. And then on Saturday, we'll be on the road just south, down to Vienna to take on the Eagles. And then the following week, Massac County on Monday night. That is going to be March 8th. And on March 9th, we'll wrap up the season with Sparta here at home. And, of course, Sparta, after this year, will no longer be in the River to River Conference. They will be moving to, I believe, the Cahokia Conference. 44-18 is the score here at the half. Stay with us. Our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report will continue here on News Radio WJPF. I got it. Thank you. Is that at home or on the road? Back at Carterville High School, our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report updating some scores that we have. Final Mount Vernon over Carbondale, 63-33, a 30-point loss for the Carbondale Terriers. And SIU is taking on Loyola. Loyola trailed by 9 early versus SIU, but to cut the lead now at the half, it is 29-20. Loyola on top of the Salukis, and that game is at the half. Running down the scoring for first the Quoin Indians, it's Jaden Smith with 4 for Coach Jason James. It's his brother Trajan Smith has 9, Wade Roberson with 2, and Ethan Morris with 3. Quoin only scored 18 first-half points. For the Carterville Lions, the scorebook is lighting up. We've got 7 by Bryce Anderson. He had one three-pointer and 2 field goals. Peyton Biddle had the hot hand. 14 first-half points, 4 three-pointers, and a 2-pointer. And the last time he played Quoin, he likes playing against them. He had 10 points, 1 of 3 in double figures in that first matchup. Caden Hawkins has 4 for the Lions. Ben Hake has added 3. Max Poole has 6. He's got 2 three-pointers as well. Eli Downing averaging just over 13 points a game. He's got 5 first-half points. Also getting in the book in the first half, Jake Hixson with 3. Cade Lustenberger with 2. Carterville, the lead over the Quoin Indians, 44-18. Another score to give you: Massac County beats Murphy 50-41. Murphy drops to 2-6, 1-5 in conference. Massac County, perfect 7-0 and 5-0 in conference. A perfect record for Massac County Patriots. We will be seeing them coming up on Monday March 8th. 44-18 is the score here at Carterville. We're going to go on and take our final break on our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report. Stay with us. Second half action is coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Hey, everybody online. Thank you for watching. Getting you set for second half action. I meant to mention this the other night at Pinckneyville. Of course, our friends Tim and Lisa Forward, Luke playing football up at University of Illinois. I also wanted to say congratulations to Noah Ford, who signed to fly jets. She's going in the Navy, and congratulations to Noah. They flew in, I believe it was at Carbondale, and swore him in and get jets. Is that it? Was that the correct line from the movie? Congratulations, Noah Ford, joining the U.S. Navy. We're underway here in the second half. 44-18. Carterville has the ball to start play in the second half and immediately turn the ball over on the first possession. I've only got them for 5 turnovers in the game, 4 first half turnovers. Indians have it. They're moving from left to right on your radio dial. To Smith. Jaden Smith now to Trajan, dumps it down low. Xavier Baxter got good position, and a hacking foul is going to be called on Carterville. They're going to get it on Eli. If so, that'll be number 3. No, it's going to be on Peyton Biddle. That will be the second on Peyton Biddle as he reached in. Indians have the ball just below us here at Carterville High School. Trajan Smith will trigger. Good pressure. Got to get it in, get it in, get it in. No 5-second call. His brother Jaden saves him. Xavier Baxter now back to Jaden Smith. To Trajan. Drives down the lane. Has the ball tipped. It goes off his leg, out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Lions. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the IBEW Local 702. Proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions Sports, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. I'm so glad that we're playing sports again and appreciate all of our sponsors. And to everybody listening on the radio, watching on the live stream, thank you for helping support your Lions. Peyton Biddle takes it into the paint. His pass tipped away, but it winds up right back in his hand. Bryce Anderson's going to launch it from 3, top of the key, and good. Bryce Anderson, he's got 10 points in the game. He's into double figures, joining Peyton Biddle. And Carterville's up 47-18. Spin move on the paint from the block. Xavier Baxter. What a move by Xavier as he gets his first field goal. He had 6 points in that first matchup. And a bump foul in the backcourt is going to be called on Trajan Smith, and that's going to be 3 on number 24 in red. Carterville's basketball. Caden Hawkins. There's not a third Smith brother on the floor, I can tell you that. Eli Downing, oh, what a spin move. Jumper he can't get it to fall. What a nice move by Down and in the paint. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Indians. Ethan Morris, outlet pass. Jaden Smith drives. Left-hand runner's no good, and Eli Downing just picked up foul number 3 as Smith drove right by him. Kind of out of control, threw the ball up at the rim, and pays off. He's going to the line. He's going to be shooting 2 free throws. Jaden at the stripe, shooting 2. The 5'10 junior for Coach Jason James. First free throw is good. Jaden has 5 in the game. This Lions broadcast is also brought to you by SIH, where they offer rehabilitation for acute, inpatient, and outpatient care. Find more information online. Visit SIH.net. Jaden Smith misses the second free throw. Lions get the board. Into the front court. Ben Hake looks inside, gets it to Downing. Downing battles his way. Spin move. Right hand hook is good for Eli Downing. 7 now for the senior. 6'4 senior Eli Downing. Clock rolls under 6 minutes remaining here in the third. 49-21. Carterville, the 28-point lead. Ball out of bounds. Turnover on the Indians. Eli Downing will trigger. Just below us here. Length of the floor to go for the Lions. Gets it to Bryce Anderson. Quoin picks up the defensive pressure, and Carterville beats the 3 men in the backcourt. Open 3 from middle from the right side. Short. Big rebound, Caden Hawkins. Now to Bryce Anderson. Off the iron, no good as well. Outlet pass. Xavier Baxter gets fouled and can't get it to fall. But Xavier Baxter, the 6-foot sophomore, will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul was called on Carterville's Bryce Anderson. That's his first of the night. Xavier Baxter at the stripe. First free throw is good. 3 in the game for Xavier Baxter. Benton beat Heron again tonight, 37-34, as they played a back-and-back game. They played last night. Benton got the win over Heron both nights. 5.5 remaining here in the third. Xavier Baxter's free throw, no good. The ball tipped, goes out of bounds. Off of the Indians, it'll belong to Carterville. Of course, SIU football Salukis are home tomorrow, their first home game. All sorts of action taking place around Southern Illinois. Basketball and football at the same time in February. Who'd have thunk it? 5:17, remember, remaining in the third. Shot from Biddle's no good. Big rebound by Jake Hixson, and he got fouled as Quoin reaches in. The foul is going to be on Jaden Smith. That's going to be the first on Jaden. Second team foul on the Indians. Coming up on our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal postgame show, Peyton Biddle drives. Baseline gets it to Hixson. We'll name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. We'll talk with Coach Shane Hawkins. Hixson from about 15, too strong. Rebound, Indians. Jaden Smith into the paint. Leaves it for Xavier Baxter. Traveled, not called. Puts out the shot and misses as Hixson's there to clean up the board. Caden Hawkins behind the back, between the legs. Now to Hixson, right side to Peyton Biddle. 4.5 remaining in the third. Driving down the lane, Max Poole puts the shot up off the glass, can't get it to fall. Hixson's there in his block from behind and fouled. And Jake Hixson, who already has 3 in the game, can add to that total. Jake. And a timeout is called by the Quoin Indians. With 4:27 remaining here in the third, Carterville has a 27-point lead. They're up 49-22. This is Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Ay. Let's go 30. It's a full. Take 60. Yep, Bank of Carbondale and Charlie's. Back at Carterville, Jake Hixson hit his first of 2 free throws, updating one other score. Harrisburg over West Frankfort tonight, 67-34. Hixson's second is good. Jake has 5 for Coach Shane Hawkins, and the Indians turn it over. Taking it to the hole, missing the layup is Lustenberger. There to clean it up, though, is Carterville's Max Poole. Man, lots of scoring for the Lions tonight. The Indians have trouble, and the ball is out of bounds, and they're going to say it was off of 6'5" sophomore Cade Lustenberger. 53-22, Carterville on top. Lustenberger checks out, has a chat with Coach Shane Hawkins on the sideline, and into the game for the Lions is Blake Berkey. Carterville's Coach Shane Hawkins can go to his bench here as this game goes on. We're halfway through the third quarter. What a big spin move. Xavier Baxter puts it up. No good. The Lions get the board. Outlet pass to Max Poole. Off the glass, too strong, no good. Gets his own board. Finds Peyton Biddle in the paint. He tried to dump it down low to Seamer. And now it's Seamer that has it. Head fake to the low block. Has his shot blocked as he tried to bank it off the glass. And Taylor Seamer, the 6'3" senior, will go to the stripe to shoot some free throws. Foul was on Wade Roberson, and that is going to be the 4th on Roberson. Seamer's first free throw is good. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale, offering the convenience of mobile banking. Stay connected and on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. That's where you can check balances, make transfers, pay bills, and a whole lot more. Visit tboc.com for more information about mobile banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Taylor Seamer hits both free throws. Carterville up 55-22. Indians ball finds Xavier Baxter down low. Left hand bank shot from Baxter is good. 5 in the game for Baxter. 55-24, 26-point lead for Carterville. Driving the baseline, trying to get the pass over to Taylor Seamer on the opposite baseline. It goes out of bounds off the Indians. It'll stay with Carterville. Who's going to be selected as our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game? Got several candidates for the Lions so far tonight. Caden Hawkins to the free throw line. Floater's no good, but the rebound to the Lions. It is Seamer who's there. Gets it to Hawkins. Over in the Oak corner. What a high arcing shot and a foul by Bryce Anderson, as it was Jake Prather that come flying in, caught him on the wrist, but that shot went high above the shot clock here on the backboards at Carterville. Bryce Anderson misses the first free throw. Bryce Anderson, of course, got the game winner on the road at Centralia, and that story is fantastic. His folks graduated from Centralia High School. His grandparents were in the crowd to see him play. Carterville knocked off state-ranked Centralia. Since that was a three-point shot that Anderson was fouled on, he's got 3 free throws, and he's missed the first 2. The third free throw, he's got the shooter's touch on that one. 11 now for Bryce Anderson. And Carterville's up 56-24. Indians basketball, Shane Hawkins brought in replacements into the game now. Townsend Barton, who hadn't played for about 4 games because of a bad ankle, and from what I understand, had dislocated the ankle, but he's played well, played quite a bit in the JV game, and is playing here tonight. Been in a boot for a couple of weeks. I talked with him briefly at Centralia. Foul is called on Carterville's Eli Downing. That's going to be the 4th on Eli. It's nice to see Townsend back on the floor. I didn't know if he would play the rest of the year, but there he is, showing his toughness tonight. 56-24. Lions with the ball. Caden Hawkins to Townsend Barton. Back to Hawk. Now Lustenberger toward the right corner. Nice entry pass down low. Eli Downing, and he just banks it off the glass. Eli has 9. What a nice pass from Cade Lustenberger to Eli Downing. Give the assist to KL on that one. 58-24. 1:45 remaining here in the third quarter. Xavier Baxter fires from about 15, good for the Indians. He's got an all-around good game. The 6-foot sophomore, we'll see him a couple more years. Bryce Anderson's 3 is short, but there for the putback is no good from Townsend Barton, but he got fouled from behind, so the 5'10 junior will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws, as the foul was on DuQuoin's Caden Hutchins, who's in the game for Coach Jason James. Townsend Barton had a single point in that last game at DuQuoin. This is the first. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. Downtown Carterville for installs or repairs, call 985-2502 and get back to comfort this season, proudly supporting the Carterville Lions. Bryce Anderson checks out. Second from Barton's no good. The rebound to the Indians. Here come the Indians. Open 3, left wing is good from Jaden Smith. 8 in the game for Jaden Smith. That's the third three-pointer for DuQuoin. Peyton Biddle drives, puts it up with the left hand, gets the bucket and the foul, but the foul was on the floor before the shot. He had a little underhead finger roll with the left hand. The foul is on DuQuoin's Ethan Morris. That's going to be the second on Morris. Well, they're going to say it was during the act of shooting, so Peyton Biddle is at the line. Misses the free throw, and the rebound to the Indians, and Eli Downing, folks, has just fouled out of the game with a minute 3 remaining as he bumped into the defender, to the Indians, Jake Prather, and Eli will check out. As he pulls the jersey, lets the shirt tail out, he can go rest and take the rest of the night off. After Eli fouls out, he's got 9 points in the game. 918 points in his high school career, unofficially. 57 seconds remaining here in the third. Carterville takes the ball from the Indians, forces another turnover. 5th turnover here in the third. Again, unofficially. Peyton Biddle backs it up between the circles. Left-hand dribble, works to the left side. Bumps the defender. Now it's John Stroud, who had the game-winning shot in that JV game. Nice backdoor pass to Peyton Biddle. Tries to throw it out to the right wing. Nobody is there as Townsend Barton climbs the steps to the right. Turnover on the Lions. Turnover number 3, unofficially. Senior night here at Carterville. The 6 seniors, Bryce Anderson, Ben Hake, Max Poole, Eli Downing, Taylor Samer, and Jake Hixson. Indians have the ball, head fake by Baxter. Leaves it for 3 to DuQuoin's Caden Hutchins, who converts from the left wing. 58-32, 26-point lead for the Lions. Townsend Barton in the backcourt, hands it to Peyton Biddle. Wants to take it to the glass, puts it up with the right hand, and he got fouled. And Peyton Biddle, who has 14 points, those were all in the first half, will go to the line to shoot 2. The foul on DuQuoin's Ethan Morris. That's going to be the 3rd on Morris. 8th team foul. Peyton is shooting 2 since he was in the act of shooting. 15 now. And maybe our leading candidate for our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. He misses the second free throw. Outlet pass to the Indians. 1 second on the clock. Shot is no good. And at the end of 3, Carterville is leading DuQuoin 59-32. Fourth quarter action is next here on News Radio WJPF. Back at Carterville High School, Dave McKenzie, 59-32. The score here at the end of the third quarter as we head to the fourth. And Indians have the ball to start play here in the fourth. They control. And Lions force another turnover. Bryce Anderson to Cade Lustenberger. Nice pass down low as Bryce Anderson gets the left-hand layup. Anderson with 13, a candidate for Joe's Lawn Care Snow Removal Star of the game. Of course, again, Carterville, the reigning Southern Illinois High School Team of the Week from 103.5 ESPN. From last Saturday, who will it be? Tune in to Sports Voice tomorrow morning starting at 8 o'clock on 103.5 ESPN and WJPF. Wham! Caden Hawkins pops for 3 from the left wing. 7 in the game for Hawk. Carterville's up 64-34. 30-point lead, 6:55 remaining here in the contest. This is one of 2 conference games taking place tonight. Anna Jonesboro at Nashville. Not received any updates from our friend Maury so far on that game. He may be partying because it's Maury Bass's birthday, the play-by-play guy for Anna Jonesboro. Pass down low. Cade Lustenberger gets the bucket and the foul. 4 points in the game for Cade. And the foul on DuQuoin is going to be on Ethan Morris. It's going to be the 4th on Morris. So now Coach Jason James goes to his bench. Morris checks out. Prather checks out, as does Xavier Baxter. We'll catch the subs' names as we go along. Jaden Smith checks out, and Caden Hutchins. So Coach Jason James clears all of his starters. They come to the sideline, shaking their heads. Not a good performance by DuQuoin tonight. Of course, they're missing their big guy, Maurice Washington. Cade Lustenberger converts the 3-point play. He's got 5, and Carterville's up 67-34. KL checks out, gets a fist bump from Coach Shane Hawkins and his teammates. And so now on the floor, it's going to be Ben Hake. Carterville forces another turnover. Bryce Anderson, Ben Hake. Also, Blake Berkey's in the contest. Jake Hixson. Ben Hake, spin move into the paint. pulls up the dribble, kicks it up top. They work it to the left side. Anderson down low. Jake Hixson, little left-hand floater's no good. Gets his own board. Putback is good from Jake Hixson. Nice move from Jake. Strong board play as well. Carterville's up 69-34. Indians basketball traveled down the lane. They force another turnover. The ball slapped out. Carterville has it. Taylor Seamer. Open three from the right wing. That was Ben Hake. Goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Quoin Indians. Timeout on the floor with 4:35 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And it's going to be a full timeout. 69-34 with 4:35 remaining in the contest. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. (69-34) Carterville, the 35-point lead. Indians have the ball, though. Coach Jason James has gone to subs. Roberson back into the game, though. Puts the shot up, no good. Gets the ball back, puts it up with the left hand. He's fouled from behind. I believe it may be Jake Hixson that gets called on the reach end. Actually, it's going to be on Bryce Anderson. Anderson, his second, sixth team foul now on the Lions. And at the stripe is going to be Roberson, shooting 2 free throws, as you heard Ed Smith say on the PA. At least here the PA doesn't blow you out like it did the other night on the road. Roberson with 3. Second free throw in the air is short. A big rebound there. Battled for by Max Poole. Gets it to Bryce Anderson. To Hixson, who's out top. Quoin matched up, man-to-man. Working our way toward 3 minutes remaining. We'll have our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal post-game and name our star of the game. Open 3 from the right side. That was a line drive. No good, but the Lions get it back. Down low, Taylor Seamer. His shot's no good, and the Indians control the board. Under 3 to play. We'll talk with Coach Shane Hawkins as well. Lions have a rare Saturday night off here this season. Long threes, no good by the Indians. So they'll rest, get a couple of days of practice, maybe a day's practice. Bryce Anderson checks out, gets a big hug from Shane Hawkins. So does Max Poole. Well done, boys. Man, a lot of scoring by the Lions as they hung 69 points on the board, and there's still 2.5 to play. Indians ball. Driving down the paint, drug the foot, travel. Lions will get it back. I've got 9 turnovers here in the second half. 17 in the game for the Indians. Carterville's played strong. I showed them with only 7 turnovers. Jake Hixson battling down low, steps through the defender, but they're going to say he traveled. Oh, I disagree, but I don't have stripes on my shirts tonight. Turnover on the Lions. That's turnover number 4. Long 3 from the right wing is buried by Atterbury. Hunter Atterbury for Quoin, the 5'11 senior. High arcing shot from Mr. Atterbury. 90 seconds remaining. Carterville up 69-35. Bank shot is good from Taylor Seamer. He's got 4. Into the game, Nolan Hartford putting good defense on, and a turnaround jumper is good from Wade Roberson. That's 5 for Roberson. And we have a timeout on the floor so we can get James Cravens into the game. He's going to replace Jake Hixson. The senior checks out on his senior night with 7 points in the game. And Jake is such a good guy, and nice to see him get some recognition here tonight. Indians have the ball, under a minute to play. Jumper from Roberson is off the front of the iron, rebound for Carterville. And that is Taylor Seamer with 45 seconds remaining. Takes it across the timeline himself. Gets it to Nolan Hartford. He dribbles around between the circles, now to the left side, down low. With the basketball is Blake Berkey. Berkey on the left wing, down into the paint. Ball's tipped away. Turnover on the Lions. Indians take it the other way. Right-hand layup is good from Nick Brown. Timeout is called as Shane Hawkins wants to get Adam Vanderzeel in the game. 10 seconds remaining. Carterville is going to go to 4-2 in conference. And yes, Monday does matter as they are going to take on the Nashville Hornets. Carterville still in that conference championship hunt as they come away with a 71-42 blowout win of the Quoin Indians here tonight on senior night at Carterville High School. Stay with us. Our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal postgame show is next on News Radio WJPF. Wow. Okay. (71-42), the final score is the Carterville Lions knock off the Quoin Indians. They avenge that loss that they had back on February 9th. Coach says that in the pregame, you know, it's not a revenge game, and revenge is not the word I used. I said avenge. The Carterville now is 4-2 in conference, 7-2 overall. Quoin falls this evening to 2-4 in conference. They are 2-6 overall on the season. Don't have any shooting stats or rebounding stats for you tonight, so all I can give you is the scoring stats. We'll start first with Coach Jason James and the Quoin Indians. They were led this evening by Trajan Smith and by Xavier Baxter, each with 9 points. Nick Brown came in late in the game. He put in 2. Jaden Smith wound up with 8. Caden Hutchins with 3. Wade Roberson finished with 5. Ethan Morris with 3. And Hunter Atterbury came in and hit a 3-pointer there in the fourth quarter. Quoin scores 42 points tonight. When you look at the scoring by the by the Carterville Lions, they were led tonight by The 5'6" sophomore Peyton Biddle with 15. Only one other player in double digits tonight. That was Bryce Anderson. He finished with 13. Caden Hawkins with 7. Max Poole with 8. Eli Downing finished with 9 but fouled out in the third quarter. Ben Hake chipped in 3. Taylor Seamer with 4. Nice night from Jake Hixson, the senior. 7 points for Jake, and Cade Lestenberger added 5. Carterville, 71 points in this contest tonight. Carterville again. Monday night matters as they're going to face the Nashville Hornets on the road. We'll have pregame starting about 7:30, and the tip is slated for about 7:45 on Monday night. 71-42, the final score. When we come back, I'll name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game and possibly talk with Coach Shane Hawkins. Thank you for listening to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF.
So if you see the coach, you can take another break. Otherwise, Scott's going to be up there pretty quick.
Yeah, I don't see him yet. (71 to 42), the final score here at Carterville High School. The Carterville Lions knock off the Quoin Indians. And let me look back through some of the other scores that I had from earlier that we gave you. Mount Vernon rolled over Carbondale tonight. 30-point win for the Rams, 63 to 33. Massac County beat Murfreesboro 50 to 41. Murphy. This year, they are 2-6 in conference, 2-6 overall, 1-5 in conference. Massac County, perfect. Coach Joe Hossman, they are 7-0 overall, 5-0 in conference. And again, Carterville will play Massac here at Carterville coming up on March 8th. That was rescheduled from February 25th. Benton beat Heron for the second night in a row, 37-34. Close game there. And it was Harrisburg over West Frankfort, 67 to 34. And I haven't seen an updated SIU score in a little bit. I'm sure I'll get that here. Brian can send that to me by text. Carterville gets the big win tonight, 71 to 42. Came out strong right out of the get-go. But don't forget, DuQuoin was without their big guy, the 6'8 junior Maurice Washington. In that first matchup, he had 12 points and just dominated Carterville in the paint. He was a handful, but he was nursing an ankle injury. He didn't even dress for tonight's game, and Carterville could pretty well do what they wanted on the floor. An impressive victory by the Lions as they win it 71 to 42 here over DuQuoin. Once again, looking at the schedule for Carterville, I can't really overemphasize it a lot. There's a lot of basketball that's going to be played over the course of the next 10 days. Of course, tonight they get the win over DuQuoin. They get the weekend off. There's no game tomorrow night, but Monday night, be on the road at Nashville. On Tuesday night, on the road at Anna Jonesboro. Friday night, Nashville will make the return trip back to Carterville to wrap up that series. And then on Saturday, the Lions will head just down I-57 to Vienna to take on the Vienna Eagles. And then the following week, which would be Monday, March the 8th, as we mentioned just moments ago, Massac County here at Carterville. And to wrap up the season, it'll be Sparta in their final game in the River to River Conference. As they've moved on to the Cahokia Conference, that'll be the final game of the season. There's no postseason tournaments. All you really get is your conference title, and Carterville's in the running for that, as they are now 4-2 in conference. And Nashville, I've not received a Nashville score from tonight, and Carterville will be in the hunt for conference title Monday night. We're going to go on and take our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game tonight. Going to go with Peyton Biddle. He winds up with 15 points. He had 4 3-pointers. His first 4 shots were all 3-pointers he buried. Peyton Biddle, our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game, as Coach Shane Hawkins makes his way up here. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Call 618-534-8148. Owned and operated by Joe and Lindsay McCann of Carterville for over 20 years. They specialize in commercial and residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, tree trimming, and snow removal. They also do equipment repair. They do bush hogging, a little bit of everything. If you have a question, give them a call at 618-534-8148. For Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal, rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Peyton Biddle, our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game tonight. We're going to go on and take our final break. We'll talk to Coach Shane Hawkins next here as the Lions get the win 71-42 here on News Radio WJPF. Nice. Who was it did you say got? Who did you say got hurt? Who did you say got hurt? Oh, for Loyola. Wow. Okay. Yeehaw.
Man, it helps when the ball goes in the hole, doesn't it?
It's amazing. We had to have shot, don't have any, it had to have been 80% in the first quarter.
I think we were 8 of 12 from the arc the first half. Be nice if we could save a couple for those.
71-42, the final score here at Carterville High School. The Lions get the big win over DuQuoin tonight. Coach Shane Hawkins joins us here on our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal postgame show. And I'll say exactly what you said to me. It helps when you put the ball in the hole.
Golly, I guess. Nothing was different tonight other than the ball went in the hole. That's the same shots we've got all year. And I thought we did a really good job of finding the hot hand. Peyton hit a couple, and then I thought we did a really good job fighting him. I think he hit 4 in the first half. But we made the extra pass a couple, or we searched him out after he had hit a couple, and he was able to get his feet set and had a little bit of space, and was able to get a couple baskets for us there.
By far the best shooting performance by this team we've seen, and it was consistent throughout the game. It wasn't like a short burst. That's the difference in tonight.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we shot it well, and we took really good shots. I don't know that we took any really bad shots. We got really good shots. I thought we did a very good job of sharing the ball and making it where we got good shots. And again, we were able to get it going. I thought we were really good defensively the first quarter. Obviously, it helped. I think we had a little momentum when after we started making some shots. First quarter was about as good as we can play defensively, and not only from the fact that then we had 2 points, but we did things right. We stayed attached to shooters. We were in position where we were supposed to be, and I thought we did an unbelievable job, especially the first half on the defensive backboards. I thought we were really good. Limited their second chances, made it very difficult for them to get some offense going, and we'll take it. It's a great win for us.
I think you said to me at Pinckneyville that our defense is ahead of our offense, but you saw it kind of trending that it was kind of coming around. Do you think maybe you're over that hump now for this stretch run?
I hope so. Because you're
going to have to score some points.
Yes, I mean you got 8 games left, and you're playing. You have hopefully 4 conference championship games left to put us in a situation to get a piece of it or to win it outright or whatever's going to happen. But it's you've got to have that balance of being able to put the ball in the hole, and but your defense is what's going to take you. And I thought our defense was pretty good tonight. I thought we got a little lax there in the second quarter, a little late on some closeouts. But at the second half, I still thought we were pretty good defensively.
Coach, what a week coming up. Monday night at Nashville, Tuesday night at AJ, Friday night Nashville makes the return trip back to Carterville, and Saturday. I mean, physically, how is this team?
Yeah, that's the question. You look at it, and we're gonna go tomorrow, and I said, an hour max. Not because of this week was so taxing. It was a light week. It was Tuesday, Friday. But the fact you go Monday, Tuesday on 2 long road trips, back to back, you're going to have Wednesday, Thursday in preparation for Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, play Monday, Tuesday. So you're looking at 6 games in 7 days or 8 days, and we've got to be able to take care of our bodies. And we're going to stretch tomorrow, and we're going to shoot for about 30 minutes, and then we're going to watch a little film on Nashville just to kind of familiarize our guys with them. Maybe meet a little bit on Monday before we get on the bus, and then go and see if we can make Tuesday night matter.
Tonight was senior night, more so for the parents. But talk about this group of 6 seniors that you have. And one name that I really want to throw out. I mean, we've got Bryce and we've got Eli and we've got Ben, but Jake Hixson.
Yeah.
His high school career, he's battled injuries.
He has.
And tonight, he winds up with 7 points in the game, played an outstanding game, strong on both ends, and just this whole group of seniors, they're just a good group of kids.
It's tough. It's tough. It's a 4-year grind with if you're going to do it right, with very little time off. I mean, we have the longest season from November to February or March. We start up again in April, kind of getting back in the gym a little bit. We hit June extremely hard, taper off in July, give them off August, and then we start up again, shooting in September. And if you're not dedicated to make it 12 months around the calendar, then you're going to get past. And we have 6 seniors who have made that commitment to stick with us, and that's what I'm really proud of those guys. And I think one of them said last week, when they got here, we won 3 games when they were freshmen, and now to think that at least we're in the talk, we're in the mix of being at the top half, or in the maybe even winning a conference championship, and
in a crazy year.
Absolutely, and it's a credit to those guys. Just the amount of time and energy and effort it takes, and as you see high school sports across the country, numbers are going down. Nobody wants to dedicate that much time. Nobody wants to go to a 2-hour practice after school. Nobody wants to spend that much time in the summer at it. And these 6 guys they've done their work, and you know what? They're really good kids. I mean, just the greatest group of 6 kids. And each and every one of them is going to be very successful in life. And the fact that they're going to be able to hopefully take something that they maybe learned from basketball or learned from our program to put it in their everyday life. And that's what we're about. Trying to teach them life through basketball. And if we can do that, that's the most important part.
71-42, the final score. Carterville knocks off DuQuoin in conference play. Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy the weekend. Get some rest. I know you'll be watching ball all weekend, but we'll see you on Monday night.
Yep, hopefully we're ready to go.
Shane Hawkins joining us here on our post-game show after the Lions knock off the Indians. Carterville now, they are 7-2, 4-2 in conference. DuQuoin falls to 2-6, 2-4 in conference. That's going to do it for us. Lions get the big win tonight, 71-42. My many thanks to BRP, Brian, our pal, back at the studio. And Scott should be back with me Monday night as we hit the road to Nashville. And the Carterville Lions are in that conference battle. They're going to take on the Nashville Hornets, who are undefeated in conference. We'll have all the action starting with our pregame show about 7:30. Tip is slated for 7:45. For Brian, our pal, for my broadcast partner, Scott Hudson, who took the night off. I'm Dave McKenzie. Have a great weekend, everybody, and thank you for listening to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. God bless. All right, bud. Thank you. Hey, everybody online. Have a great